want me to run wild over your misses? Just let me know. What is up, guys? It's your boy Luis, aka at Big Chief Burrito, here for the 323 and the Fantasy Burritos YouTube channel. And listen, it's playoff time. If you made it into the playoffs, congratulations. We're going to get to you in a minute. If you didn't make the playoffs, look, you got to shake it off. It happens. What do you do now? If you have a toilet bowl or a conciliation bracket, then you try to do the best you can, but you stay out of the winner's way. You don't outbid people for players just because you're going to a toilet bowl. You don't drop players or do stupid shit like that because of a vendetta or because you're bitter. Don't be that guy. Just say congratulations, pay up your dues, and just get ready. Take a look at who you drafted. Where did you make mistakes this year? Who did you overvalue? And then let it go, cheer on the winners, pay your debts, and keep going. All right, if you made it into the playoffs and you're barely there, we already talked about setting your lineups for week 15 and 16 if you have a bye. If you have to battle it out week 14, let's take a look at who might be available on the waiver wire right now. Okay. Defenses are going to be an important part. Even if you've had a defense that's been working for you all year, really take a look at the defenses that are available. There's not a lot of players out there, but there's a lot of defenses with really cake matchups. For example, Jacksonville has the New York Jets. San Francisco has the Tennessee Titans. Chicago has Cleveland, and Dallas has the Minnesota Vikings. There's nobody easier to play right now in Minnesota. They don't have a quarterback. It's crappy right now in Minnesota. So all those are really cake matchups. And if you don't have a defense, or let's say you had a defense that's doing good for you all year, like New England, well, New England gets Buffalo. So if you have a defense like Green Bay or other defense that are technically sound, Houston has Arizona. If you have Houston, you're doing great. But these are defenses that if you have a mid matchup, you could plug one of these defenses in. And fantasy football is a game of inches, points, mathematics. So if you can get an extra 2 or 3 points from your defense, it could be the difference between going home after this week or playing in the goddamn Shiva Bowl. All right, let's take a look at the actual wide receivers that might be available for you. I told you guys about Harold Fannin in week 4, and he is going to be the number 1 pickup at tight end. And Jalen Wright, who stepped in for Devon Achane when he got injured, is the solid number 1 pickup here at running back. He got a lot more snaps than the running back that we all thought was going to be the backup that I had picked up for the Dolphins, but he got the bulk of the carries. And honestly, I'm an Achane owner, and I have a bye, so I want him to take this week off so he can play his cake matchup against Cincinnati in week 15. I'm not worried about 14, but if I had to win a matchup for week 14, I would pick up Jalen Wright, because he's going to get the bulk of the carries this week unless he miraculously makes a comeback against Pittsburgh. Other than that, Harold Fannin, Theo Johnson might still be available if you need help at tight end. Dart throws at running back. Blake Corum got some run for the Rams, and the Rams are thinking long-term. They're thinking about the Super Bowl, and they might be giving Kyren Williams a little bit of a break, so Blake Corum could be getting some runs, especially if they're blowing up teams. This is going to be a tough game against Detroit. Sort of a must-win for Detroit. So this is going to be a tough matchup. So he may or may not get a lot of run. Chuba Hubbard, I'm all Team Rico, but he's been getting about half the carries. And then, like I said, Darius Slayton, if you're desperate at wide receiver, all the Giants are coming back off a bye. I told you about Devin Singletary 2 weeks ago. And if he still hasn't gotten picked up in your league, go get him now. In 2 quarterback leagues, you can think about Riley Leonard, but more than likely, he's also injured. He may not do much for you, and I don't know if Indianapolis has a lot of upside right now. Kirk Cousins looked like shit, but he's basically going to start the rest of the way for Atlanta. So if you're desperate for a 2 QB league, pick him up. And, honestly, I would go Kenny Pickett if you're in a 2 QB league. Or looking for a dart throw, somebody to stash on your bench in case they have a decent end of the week, you can go grab him. Anyway, week 14, every little bit matters. Take a look at even your kicker. You don't want to lose a matchup because you played your kicker in a 30-degree windy day when there was a kicker inside of a dome that you could have picked up that got more field goal tries. So take out your lineup. Good luck. Good luck in the Shiva Bowl.